is such a place where I would rather say, let's take the first very common factor that the person come up with is bereavement. Then this bereavement, or what is it? Bereavement is, somebody say, oh, it's a grief, it's a bereavement, I'm in this, I'm in that, and the depression comes. Now, it's a very common phenomenon which comes up in the life of a person, not once in a life, but quite a lot of time in a life. Because bereavement is something which is a great loss of something which is too close to you, which is part of your life, which is part of you, or which has hurted you as if somebody has put you down to the death feeling. So that is the bereavement. And that's a loss. It's a very big loss. Maybe financial, maybe organ, maybe child, maybe husband, maybe parents, maybe father, mother, lover. That's a human. It's a family. It's not that. It's a pet. It's a disease. It's like many factors, which we call it as biologically, sociologically, physiologically, and environmentally. You are having such a loss which you cannot. You think, I can't replace this. Then even your self respect itself is a part of the bereavement. Believe me, some people, they put into their heart, and that goes on and on and on. So make sure this bereavement is one. And what is a grief? Grief is the stages of that bereavement or of that loss or the feeling of that loss. And that is a grief. So it's very important factor to understand, and how it puts you to the depressive stage. So it's a short term, and take it as a short term depression. Don't allow it to go ahead as a long type of a depression. And in the case of a children, it works in a different era, in a different way. So in an old age, it takes in a different way, manner, they show and they experience. So it's a different thing which is there in every human being. So make sure this is very important case. Suppose today, I would rather say somebody has gone like 24, 25 years of a person has gone out and come back with a, or a family person has gone out with the friends in a party or with a, and come back with the HIV positive. HIV has got a medications, that's not the problem. But then, to have that, oh God, now what? The children are affected because we are seeing those children we've done nothing wrong, but still they are facing that. That's a loss. They don't know. I'm just born in the world and I have to go away. That's a part of a bereavement. And that loss is, you can't replace it. a, a person, or say a parent or a mother or a father, who transmit these diseases to the children, and then that parental feelings behind, it's too much. So think about all those parts of the work which is very important in your life. Secondly, a cancer, a termination disease. Think about the people. And I'm going to put you into the positive manner, because I want you all to take this bereavement in a positive way. That you fight with this, that you come out with it. For me, it is easy to prescribe you antidepressants, SSRIs, these, that. Oh, fine, fantastic, you're out of it. No, that's not the way that you come up. Your way is to fight with these in a positive way. Be positive to fight with this, and take it as a short term. So this is where I'm coming up. So make sure of it. What do we do and why it is necessary? Now remember, so any loss, maybe it's an organ, somebody you have seen the accident, or somebody suddenly died in front of you, that's a shock. You can't, you're so think at one stage, why? Why to me? Why like that? It happens with the children, it happens with the old age, and that comes at a first stage. And that is a bereavement or a grieving process. So loss is gone, loss is a bereavement. It's gone, done, happened. But afterwards, after that loss, whatever come is a grief. Now, this bereavement can be a organ loss. You are in a war, or you have done your lifelong work, hard earned money, and you've saved it, and then you are losing it out. You go crazy, you go mad. Secondly, you're always being abused, abused like a, you can call it, it's a hundred any in a day, it is uncountable times you've been thought, you've been considered as a rubbish of the dustbin. It's a part of a bereavement. It's not just, it's a loss of your self-respect. The children, they are being abused sexually, they are being abused physically, they are being tortured and forced to do such a job because they are a timid people, and the adult they make them to do, it's like a child labor, child no, children transformations, quite a lot of things are there that they put the children into a very hazardous conditions. So these are the things, this is nothing, it's that they've lost a life. One has ruined the life, one has ruined the career, and that's a bereavement, that's a loss. So don't think it's a death. Death is only the one which is there. It's not that. You love somebody like a bottom of your heart. You are totally attached to that. But suddenly your love mate has to leave you. Your child, you are craving for a child. You have got a children, but still the child is coming up, is important for you. But the child doesn't come, goes and dies in a miscarriage. That is a one part of a bereavement. It's a loss. It's a loss of a life which you will remember, a brother or a sister to whom you've just seen and they passes away. That's a part of a loss, which is a part of a bereavement. So think these are the losses. Financial loss. Financially, today you are in one country and something happens and you have to leave that country and come back to other, leaving everything behind. And then you have to start your life from zero. And that's a bereavement. So think, those are the place, those are the time, how your mental situation is. And you come back to that stage. So that is a bereavement. And the stages of the bereavement which we are going through is a grief. Now let me take it over old age people. Old age also has got the bereavement. Now let me see that. When you reach to that age, first of all, your physical handicap condition. You're not in a position to do something. And then you're forced to do something which you can't do it. Or you don't like it. You haven't done the things which is all throughout your life. But at that age, because you're old, people take you, he's old, let it be, let them do, they will like it. They can do anything. And they treat you like a rubbish, which you have never been treated before. So, at that age, you feel it. Oh no, I have gone through all throughout my life with the hard work, with this, with the pride, and now my pride is going back. Secondly, the same thing. You must be the worst person in the world. And then at the old age, when you're sitting down, having everything, but left everything back, you have got nothing in the hand except your bad deeds. Then you have a bereavement or a loss feeling. What have I done in my young age? I was that monstrous. I was like that. That's a feeling. That's nothing, but it's a part of a bereavement feeling. It's a bereavement. You lost that age where you would have been doing so good things. You would have been so useful. Your knowledge, whatever you have today, would be used for something betterment and for somebody's betterment. But you couldn't do that. And that's where you're feeling it. Oh, I've given everything to these, and now I've got nothing. I'm at this stage, I can't do anything. So, that is the thing which is there. If you treat them, the old age people, if you treat them like something, thrown out person, rubbish, or you shout at them, they are very touchy. They get touchy. And that's part of the, oh, I've never done that with my children. My children are doing this. That internal feeling, that feeling itself is a loss, which they realize that they've done it. It's a loss of the life. So are they the loser? They can't do it. It is the loss. It's a part of a bereavement. So think bereavement is not just one, oh, the person is dead and then it is happening. Now, these are the things. So the children are one stage, other loss is one stage, the adult or the life loss. Death is a one, the organ and that living or the disability of the organ is one, and the old age is one. So it's a stages, and the life is covered with the sociological factors. You are living in a community, you're living in a society. And in the society, you're living with so many ups and downs and with so many positive and negative factors. So make sure that this is one of the things which is so important. A loss is very, very, and that loss which makes you to feel, I should commit, I should go away, I should give up my life. Why God is not picking me up? Or you come up to the situation that you feel like, God, I must die. I must end my life. That will be your case. And that comes up and up in your life. So that's a part of a bereavement. Now, grief is what? Grief is the stages of the bereavement. Anybody who come up with that loss, it's a loss which is an unreplaceable loss, and that loss which is so close to you, so dear to you, and that loss which is there, when you feel it at that time, this is the one where it goes with the anger. First of all, it persists, it comes out that okay, now if this has come, anger is the first part. Anger comes up first. Why they lost me? Why it happens with me? Why like that with me? That anger. And you can see that anger is been coming out in so many ways. And that anger is no good. Suppose someone has left you, somebody's dying, somebody cancer, or the terminal disease, or some organ is lost. This is the thing. Today, I'm going to tell you so many cases about the cancer, these, that, because I want you guys to understand and I want you all to have that, you know, heart full of it. Suppose somebody tells you, you got a cancer. Okay, I got it. But it's not that. That's not the end part of the world. There is a world beyond that. That's the motivation. And keep that feelings. People who have got the lungs cancer, people who have got the pancreatic cancer, people who have got the blood cancer, they come out. People who have got HIV, they are living the life happily. People who have lost their body parts, they are living their life. But why? They got that motivation. And who gives that? The people who are around them. Yes, it's a shock. It's a shock sudden for the life. The people who are old age, old age people, they bite their body, bite the skin, tear off their clothings. They shout, they scream, they swear the most with the anger. And that's a grief. That's a grief which is not right. That's a first stage of the grief. And we have to calm them down. Where you have to calm them in such a way that, no, this is not right. Why they lost? That's the first stage of the grief. For any of the loss, you get anger. This particular what I'm talking to you, it is been postulated in 1969 and it is still alive. There are many people who came and postulated these stages in their way, very, very different way. I'm coming up to that as well. But this is the first and the final and the perfect. Let's see, Ronald Graff, she said about it. She's a very fantastic author of this belief and grief. She said about it. It's a Ross. It's a Kubler-Ross. She said these stages of the bereavement in 1969, and she said these stages are so important. Then, if you can't control that, come up to the next stage. Next stage is a bargaining. Okay, now because it has happened. Come, and who does this? People around them. You people don't have to take this stress out. You have to the stress in. You have to take the stress out of your body. This is a stress which is persisting from your body, which has been given out in the form of anger. Then leave that anger out. Leave that anger away. Come with the bargaining stage. And that bargaining stage is such where you're bargaining, you're compromising your life. Your life, you're compromising in a way that you are coming up with the bargaining that, oh no, happened. But why I'm anger? Why this anger is for? Instead, let me compromise. What was it? This is something where you negotiate something in your life that they like this one. They did this. They did think positive and come up with that. That, oh, they left us, but they left some good memories with us. They left us. I lost it, but still I have got one leg in my hand. I have got a cancer, but I have got, doctor told me 3 months. So I've got that 90 days in my hand. Come with that conclusion. That's called as a bargaining. And that bargaining conclusion will let you move forward. So you are calming down. That's called as a calming down stage. In an old age, when you face this, that anger need to be calmed down in a conclusion that, hang on, I've got this. I've never gone through, but my body is still there. Might have not faced this before, but this is one stage of my life that I have to pass through, and I have to pass through happily. What I was before, every day is not Sunday. So let me enjoy every moment and every day that I have gone. If the nurse or the caretaker, she's shouting, she's ignoring, she's taking to calm down. And don't get angry. Say, calm down. You are angry. Don't worry. I'll take care of myself. I'll try to do. And then if you say something nicely, I will do it. I know you are stressed. So, these are the way you can mold up your things. And mold up, that's an old age. Secondly, activity. So that's a one thing. Bifurcate, diversify yourself. That's another thing that you can do it in a bargain. What you can do in a bargain? Diversify. Diversify yourself in a good things. Oh, they like this one. They like the sweets. So whenever they want, that was the best day. Friday was the best day. I must make that sweets. Slowly and slowly. These are the ways that you come out from the things. And then, once when you bargain, you conclude, oh, they have gone, but this is what. And I have to start. If I will keep here, if I'll keep on throwing the anger, people will dislike me. So these are the bargaining. You are putting yourself into hundreds of observations. If doctor has told me 90 days, then let me enjoy if I want it. And it goes off. So these are the stage. Number 3 is a depression, a worst and the very big challenging stage of the bereavement. Any loss, financial loss, body loss, illness, terminal illness, child, miscarriage, everything. Miscarriage, people will think, oh, how will I, my child is lost now, how will I have it? Hang on, world is not lost. There are technology where you can have a child. Try once again, try give out. Then IVF treatments are there, where now the people are getting made to measure babies. Why not we? We work for it, we make money if we are that desperate. It's a hard work. Maybe God is, maybe I'm being examined, so these are the ways. But depression is the thing. Then you remember the person, remember the loss, how nice I was. I was in a heaven when I had that life. So that will put you bit low. The memory, everything that put you little low. But always remember, this stage is the toughest stage, a depressive stage. When you remember, it will put you low, it will put you down, it will make you cry, it will make you say, it will, it will show, it will make you to, uh, it will make you to give up hundreds and hundreds of reactions, swearing, anger, aggravations, disliking, and anti-socialism. It will put you to, it will put you in isolation. So these are the depressive stage which will come up. Depression is not in a form of just putting into isolation and sitting down quietly and all that. Now here the depression comes in a different manner. You know, the pet is lost. So every day, evening, you go, or a morning, you go and put the bowl of a milk or their liking food nearby the grave of a pet, like a dog or a cat, which is your beloved one is gone. Or you try to decorate the grave of the pet. Try to do that. This is the stages that you grieve and you do it. And you try to come and you remember. You feel lonely. Loneliness is one, which is very, very important. So these are all the different stages that you go through. And now that feelings, the negative feelings which you will have, that we need to come out. And this is the most important thing, and this is the most toughest part which we will go through. But clinically say, try to give these in a V, 2, or a 3. Okay, fine, you can do this bereavement. So it is we people and surrounding. We need to come up. Any of the illness, take to the isolation, the subordinate, the caretaker. Old age, the caretakers are very responsible for that. The child abuse, the social workers, doctors, psychiatrists like us, or the people who are around them, the father, mother, who are their well wishers, basically. They are the one. In the case of the financial loss, the family gather integration is one. In the case of a body loss, the surrounding people and at that time you yourself has to come up with that mind and brain coordination, integration together. And you can fight this. And that in 3 weeks, it has to go on. And don't try to take the medications. There are loads and loads of techniques, which I'm going to talk to you in this case as well, because this is important. It's a short term, but don't try to take and avoid antidepressants in this case. Antidepressants are not the good part. How will you come up that? This stage, I'm taking it very easily. Secondly, is then once when you're out a depressive stage, then you are almost out of that grief and bereavement, that loss, that that kind of your personal, what you have lost it, and you accept the fact that here I lost it, now done. Come, move out, take the next step ahead, and start as a new start. That's the way that you accept it. That's called as the 4 to 5 stages of the grieving. So any bereavement has got the stage to come out. And you come out of that and you can restart your life from zero. Now let's take over the depressive state, because as I said, the conclusive or the bargaining stage is where the person is trying to negotiate that what shall I do. Now best part is when you have got, this is a sudden shock, bereavement is a big loss and that is unreplaceable, you will have hundreds of negative feelings. There are few people who do the mourning. Mourning is what? Mourning is the thing which are the rites or the rituals or something which you have to do to satisfy that, oh, the thing is lost. But anyway, your mourning is a kind of a social events which is happening. Oh, you lost the money. So people come from the neighbor. Do you need any help? Do you need like that? Please let us know. We are always with you. This is called as a mourning. Mourning is one kind of a thing. You lost your child. I'm sorry to hear about it. These are the things which is there. That's called as a mourning. Mourning. So people mourn for it. They come, they sit down, they do 2 minutes quietness, these, that. But that thing which is there within your heart, that's the grief. And that doesn't go. That's not replaceable. Mind well. So the first part, as I said, anger. Anger, once when it is gone, you get angry. You feel all what is injustice happened to the person or a justifying yourself. Quite a lot of things which is there. And you come up with that. The depressive stage is the place where some people, they don't sit quietly. Now let me take from the child to the old age and how to come. You come up with so many bargaining. Bargaining stage is somewhere where you come up with alterations, acceptance. No, the person liked it so much and I must do this. So you make some nice things for them. You come up some kind of negotiable stage. That, oh, the person liked it, but I didn't do this when they were there. I didn't give them a time when my parents were there. I had money, but I couldn't go there. So now, if I get this, I will do it. Or I'll try to keep happy. Or when I had money, or when I did this, I didn't realize. You will come up and put yourself into the positivity. Try to come up with that kind of a thing. The person had a cancer, but they say, oh, cancer is there, but still, I've got some chances. I may not leave, I may not leave, I may survive, I may not survive, but whatever I have. Now, it is diagnosed, but there is still, doctor said there is a treatment. This is something which is like this. So, these are the stage which is coming in the life of a person. When you have got the terminal illness, when you have got something like a miscarriages, loss of body part, all those things. There are a lot of things, divorce, abuses like a sexual abuse, physical abuse, quite a lot of things are there. At that time also you come up with this, and old age. At that time, these are the conclusive stage or the bargaining negotiations that you come up. Oh, I did it, but they liked it, this particular thing. They wanted. So, you know what you do? Sometimes you make some sweet things what the person likes it. Or I had a child, so I must go to the orphanage and I feed the children so that I can be satisfied. You come up with those kind of a conclusive stage. Or, you give the good sweets to the people, so keep everybody happy. Why we got these? And that's called a mourning. In certain Hindus, they got a 12th or a 13th day. They distribute the sweets or they give them the food. Why it is like that? So that you come out of that grief and mourning. This is a kind of a ritual. This is a ritual, which is a mourning. And come out of that and start living your life from the beginning. A life from the normal way of a life. Now, next one. Depression, where there are a lot of various ways, but always remember to come out of that depressive conditions. Think about the loss and don't keep on thinking in a negative. Think, how can you improve? The loss is done. Done's done. Now accept that. When there is a stage comes, that accept it. And to that, the motivators are your subordinate. The people. I've gone through the cases where we have announced, and we people say that when there is a cancer announced, and when we tell people, oh, this is the cancerous stage, and I think it's metastasis, so I can't help you out anywhere. Or it is somewhere where you've got HIV and pray to God how many days you have in your hand. We have to say that. But we don't say directly to the person. We tell the relatives and say, if you want to cry, cry in front of me. Even I'm in a bad position. I'm telling you on a face, cry. But at outside, tell you got such a long life. Make your face smiling and come out. There was a time when somebody said that you got 30 days for your father and your busy life. When you're going out, think, you say you got a 30 days with your hand and what you want to make the best. You're busy. You just leave all the meetings, all your work, just come out. And you say what? Everybody says, give the best. If the dad is asking the stars, give the stars, whatever. And then when you go, what they want is a hug, what they want is a kiss, what they want is a love, and what they want, oh, you spend some time with me. And you spend that time, which becomes it's like a memorable time. What do you want? When you go and ask that dad or a mom or a child or who is on a deathbed and you say, what do you want? It's a 30 days. The person knows he is not going to live longer. You know that he's not going to live longer. But if you go with the crying face, oh, now what to do? God is there. No. Give your strength into that. Impart your strength into them. And that is there. Old age, your old people, they know they're going to die. Today they are alive. Tomorrow they may not be. But at that spot, you are the one who give them the motivations that you're going to live long. You've got a lot of time to go ahead with, but stay like this. And be smile. Give them some, love, affection, which is the most important factor. Secondly, give what you want. Your wish. Oh, I feel like, I tell you a very stupid thing. Somebody, I tell you about it. When it's my personal, but I would like to share that the person asked, my wish is to have a champagne when doctor has told me that I'm not going to live along. I'm a bedridden. I was laughing. When you, sorry about it today, I'm not well, but I had no choice. So, doctor, I was laughing. I said, you're bedridden and you want a champagne to have as a last wish. What a silly thing. But still, it's a wish and that's completed. So that's a kind. We would, oh yes, of course, you will have champagne. Which kind of a champagne? Would you like to have a brut or a malt? And then you give. In that way, you keep them happy, cheerful, give them every stage that they enjoy, whether it's a 30 days or a 3 days. But those days, make the most of it, that they go ahead with a smiley face. That's called as the life to live. You don't have a leg. I have met with a person who had a operation and a surgery done, and he was amputated with the things, which is a sad part of the life, that they had a leg discontinued. Person was a dancer, and once when your knees or a leg is amputated, how would you dance? Which is your life? Which is your which? It's like, you are dead now. A dancer, and to lose of the feet is the death. But still, okay, fine, I lost that, but doesn't matter. I've got something else. Surgery is there. I can do that. Artificial feet is there. I've got one feet. I've got my hand. I've got my face. And I can do with the hands, face, and my feet. I can dance. See, this is the way. Motivate. The orthopedist, they did, they amputated the leg, but then they refixed, and then they started with the new era and the physiotherapy and came up with. So the person has started from the hand movement, leg movement, these, and then dancing started. So it's a positive. Depressive moments are there in your life. but, but come out of that depression and stay positive. Then you can do something. Child abuse is another factor. You've gone through a lot. Now you're no longer. You're growing up. You've gone through abuse physically, sexually, these, that, and then your brain is that horrible that you all go out. You are in a child care. You have got antisocial people around you. Do you want to make your future better? How will you do? Go and get the advice and the motivators around you. I want to be this. Your life, I've seen the people here in the child care who are abused deliberately. But what happens then? We people go there. No, you got a long way to go, but still, this is not the ending. So come out of it. So your subordinate caretaker, they need to be 1,000 times strong, 1,000 times better and understanding to impart into you the positivity. What positivity they have to give it to you. And the method. First method. There are ways. The people who lost money, okay, we can make that. Now start learning from this. You got at least this much, no? You want to go to this stage. May not reach that, but at least have that ambition and start saving something. You've gone through a bad time in your life. You lost your pet. Okay, we'll bring another pet like that. And slowly and slowly, you'll fall in love with that. As I said, your body part is amputated. It's okay. You can still do it. Your hand is amputated. Still, you got one more hand. Your eyes is one eye is not there. You still got one thing. So, is very, very important factor in these cases. So make sure all of you that these are the things. And what is that? It's understand the sorrow, the depth of your loss. Second, after having and after understanding that loss, focus in how to come out. The old age people, they need the respect, they need the regularity, they need the love, they need the attention. They need someone. So be calm, be polite, be humble with them. The children, what they want is a love. They nurture. Even if you don't give them every day sweets or every day a cake, doesn't matter. But make them sit down, make them understand they are raw model. of the life, and they are not yet ripened. They are ripening. The brain is absolutely small and underdeveloped. So we can mold that very well and prevent them to go from the better part to, prevent them to go to the bad part of the life and bring them to the good part of the life. So this is called as a fighter, and you as a caretaker are the big fighter, which will impart that positivity. You know, your positivity will give that person 100%, 2000%. They have got something within them, but you are the one who will give them the another 1000%. So they become confident. Yes, I can, and then to bring and to convince that, bring this another knowledgeable person or something, and then come back. Look, they have done it, no? Give that positive examples. Look, that person has done it, no? They were also like that in a dust. They were also like that. But see, they are living, no? And with the old age, oh no, sorry. And always be calm. If you are calm, cool, don't just try to wash your hands off when you are a caretaker with the old age home. Old age home needs activity. Old age home needs the occupancy, that they need to be occupied. They need to be perfect with the time and schedule. They need to be happy. They need the festivity most of the time. So that kind, like a carnival sort of a singing, song, music, active life, something. And when we were working with the old age home, we have seen the people, they used to have some sort of, even the people who are in a wheelchair, they were doing some grafting and painting, and they were listening the music, and they were having, the number system, like uh, uh, prize winning contest and all that, that these numbers are there, this is like a ludo or some sort of a games are there, they used to play that. There's multiple things that you come up with the activity and keep them occupied. Then give them the good positive talks which they like it, share something like that which is knowledgeable for them. And perfect time, you're putting a time schedule for what? Make them understand, so they won't get angry. They understand, they are not stupids, because they do understand that they are not in a position to do the regular life in a better way. And there is a old age home which I will tell you about it today. They have got every Saturday or a Sunday, they have got some musical programs or a function from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Morning of physiotherapy, exercises, very simple. Physio exercises or some sort of a knowledge, some sort of a thing. Then a smiley face of a caretaker comes. They do nothing but, hello, how are you? Fine, thank you. Are you okay? Oh, you got this problem. You need to change your nappy. Wait a bit, I'll send you. After 5 minutes, when you're relieved, go. But because you went out with a smiley face, they have got the courage to stop it and to bear with you. But if you go and say, hey, I got a lot of works to do, I can't come in, then that goes in the brain that I'm being disrespected. So what they do? They shout, they swear. But if you don't do that, it will happen very well. Make them understand this is the time to lunch. Otherwise, how will you digest your food? Then you need to do this, no? Then you do. They're like a babies. I told you that the baby, how the small babies are there. The old age is just like a baby. They need to be occupied. They need to be loved. They need to be cared. So that's the thing between this. And the bereavement goes away. So that's the one thing. If you're, as I said, the things are ampulated, you are with the HIV positive, okay, fine. You have transmitted to your children, but be positive. It's my fault. I have done the mistake. Accept it. Acceptance of the mistake. Move forward with the children. Come on, children, let's have a family. Whatever family we have, let's make the most of it. That's a motive. And how can you have? that is called as a therapy. It is called as a acceptance continuation therapy. It's a ACT therapy. Acceptance, you have accepted that this has happened. Then you can come out of the depression very well. Second, continuation. Commitment. That yes, I'm committed to this therapy. I have to continue this therapy, and then I can come out very well and I can start my life regularly. So that's a commitment, continuation you're giving to that kind of a thing, which is so important. Any age, whether it's a children, whether it's an adult, whether it's a miscarriage, whether it is any disorders, anything. But you are giving a commitment to that. And that commitment need to be transferred to the person who is affected or who is victimized. Who's victimized? The old age person, the people who lost their life, people who lost their husband or a wife or a loved ones or these, people who lost their leg, people who lost their body part, people who are deliberately in a surgery, people who are bedridden that way. I tell you, these are the ways. Yesterday, I think few days ago, I was listening Sanjay Dutt. Very important example. He's a very big Bollywood star. He's facing a 4th stage of a lungs cancer. We knew from these 3-4 years ago, and it was being Googled out. Think that man who has got 2 children, who has come out of the jail, who has got a horrible life, but he is fighting with that cancer, lungs cancer. I've seen. And then he's sitting and doing a pictures. See the positive. Array, what a cancer can do to me. I will fight. I will make cancer to die. That is that positivity way you will create, even if you lost your body part, or even if you have done anything wrong. Second one, I give you about the abuse. Oh, you've abused me. If there was I give you a very simple example. I had one case with me, a gang rape case. And then somebody said, the lady was so smart. Oh my God. It was in India, but it was a very big incident, and I came up to that case. I said, oh, you gang raped me. I said, madam, abhi koi baki hai. Anyone left out, come, rape me. But then I will show you, everybody, what I am. So this is what it is. And now that lady, she is an officer and she's a police officer. And I held to you. You raped me. You did everything. I can't go to society because I am one of the best person from the society, and I have to stand in the society with that face. But I'll make sure that I have that standing and I will fight for it. This is the thing that you have to take it. And that positivity is most important. So discouraging depression is not that. Accept that it has happened. Done. Then commitment, fighting commitment, accept, adjustment commitment. And beginning start with the food. Always remember, food is very important, because in such scenario, your food, your diet, your things gets lower and lower. So start first with the food, having a regular food and a diet, which is one. Then you start with the second stage, which is diversifying. What you like. You like to read books, you like to dance, you like to go out, you like to talk. Let it be you talk alone, but start talking. Don't keep quiet, mom. Start watching pictures, go through that. Whatever you like, do it. And then after that, as you do it, slowly and slowly, because of your diet, it's not a big short-term depression has not got a problem. It's not a big, huge problem. If you prolong it, it will become a very huge problem to you. It will go to your hormonal level and all that. But if it's a short term, and then if you start with this diet and all that, your diet will integrate your brain and your body. It will make them combine together. And then you can move forward. You can move faster. And you will keep on rotating your life. So work like that and make sure you cannot defeat. Bereavement is not a big thing. It is death is it's a natural phenomenon. Body dies, and that's a natural phenomenon. Pet dies, it's a natural phenomenon. Death is a universal truth. But old age is a universal truth. The aging is a universal truth. The problems in the life, the diversifications of the life, living your life in a problematic stage, or the country in a from the problematic stage, and you're coming back to a betterment and you're fighting for the betterment. Everybody does that, and you lose a lot in it. But that doesn't mean that you are skint. You have got still a lot within you, and your surroundings agree the positive vibes from the surroundings, what they are, how they are fighting. Get the big people examples and come up. But look, they did this, then why not me? Why can't be like that? Take that example, because nothing is like that unless and until you move that path of a thorn. You will never be able to find that easy path. So this is, take it, it's a thorn path where I'm going to have lots of thorns in my hand, in my feet, and I have to go through. And that acceptance is a very big part. Once when you accept it, automatically you will come up with the diet, you will come up with the integration of your brain activity and your body activity. Your digestion power will come up, your hormonal level disrupted, which will come back to the normal very quickly. And you will have a fighting so that all the negative will fly back. It's a fight and flight. So you're fighting with that, like a dog is attacking to the cat and cat is fighting vigorously, but the cat is so vigorous that dog runs away. That way you've fought with that and it has gone away, and you're there. So this is the last thing. Come up with the positive. Anybody has got any problem with the to avoid antidepressants in these cases, I would rather request you to avoid it. Avoidance, because antidepressants are no good. Okay, for a day or a two, you take the benzos and all that. That's one, but don't take for a long term. And don't allow these things to go on for a long ways. Anybody has got any questions? Now I think I must move with the questionnaire method. And I would request Dr. Neha to stop with the recording if anyone has got any questions.